What if I told you that right now, the universe is sending powerful spiritual warnings to you, Cancer? What if I revealed that there are people around you who are blocking your light, hindering your prosperity, and draining all the energy that the divine has prepared for you to shine? Have you ever noticed that sometimes, for no apparent reason, you feel drained, tired, and weak, even when you should be happy? This is not a coincidence. These are clear signs that there are negative energies around you, people who pretend to be friends, but are actually blocking every blessing that the universe has prepared for you. Today, in this video, you will discover the 12 spiritual warnings that God is sending to you, Cancer, to distance yourself from those who block your light. And pay close attention, because each warning I will reveal here is a direct message from the spiritual plane for your life. If you ignore these signs, you may remain trapped for years in situations that drain your energy, your joy, and your prosperity. But if you recognize these warnings and take the right action, your life will change completely. You will feel your energy returning, your joy returning, and you will see doors opening in ways you never imagined possible. The universe is speaking to you now. Divine forces are clearly showing you who needs to leave your life. And I will show you exactly how to identify each of these signs. Stay with me until the end because the last warning is the most powerful of all and will completely change the way you see the people around you. Your light is about to shine like never before. First warning. You feel unexplained tiredness around certain people. Cancer, the first spiritual warning God is sending you is very clear, and you need to pay attention to it right now. When you are near certain people, you feel a tiredness that makes no sense. You may have slept well, you may have woken up full of energy, but when you meet these specific people, your energy simply disappears. It's as if someone has flipped a switch inside you, and all your vitality is drained in a matter of minutes. This is not your imagination. This is not being fussy. This is not you being overly sensitive. This is a powerful spiritual warning, showing that that person is literally sucking your vital energy. You, Cancer, are ruled by the moon, and this makes you an extremely sensitive being to the energies around you. Your intuition is like an antenna that picks up everything, absolutely everything that is happening on the energetic plane. And when you feel this inexplicable tiredness, it is your spiritual body screaming at you that that person is not in tune with your light. Often these people don't even do it on purpose. They themselves are so empty, so disconnected from their own inner light, that they end up becoming energetic black holes. They come close to you and unconsciously begin to drain all the good energy you carry. And you, with your huge heart and your desire to help everyone, end up allowing this to happen repeatedly. You think you're being a good person by staying close to them. You believe you're doing charity by keeping these people around. But the spiritual truth is different. God doesn't want you to be a recharging station for people who refuse to seek their own light. The universe didn't put you here to be drained by those who don't value the sacred energy you carry. Pay attention to this first warning. Observe when you feel this tiredness. Mentally note who the people are who cause this feeling in you, and start to distance yourself slowly, because your energy is too precious to be wasted on those who don't deserve it. Second warning. Your achievements are minimized or ignored by this person. The second spiritual warning that the divine is sending you, Cancer, has to do with how certain people react to your victories. You achieve something important in your life, something you fought hard to get, something that filled your heart with joy and gratitude. And when you share this achievement with a certain person, their reaction is cold, distant, or even negative. They quickly change the subject. They make a mean comment disguised as a joke. They minimize your achievement, saying it wasn't a big deal. Or they simply ignore what you just said, as if you hadn't said anything. This hurts you deeply, Cancer, because you are a sign that vibrates in the energy of emotional sharing. When something good happens in your life, you want to share that joy with the people you love. You want them to rejoice with you, to celebrate together, to feel genuine happiness for your success. And when that doesn't happen, you feel enormous sadness, often without understanding why. But the universe is showing you exactly what is happening. This person who minimizes or ignores your achievements is actually blocking your light. They can't rejoice in your brilliance because they are trapped in their own darkness. They don't want to see you grow because your growth highlights their stagnation. They don't celebrate your victories because each of your wins is a painful reminder of their defeats. And worst of all, this person is often disguised as a friend, a close family member, someone who should be cheering you on. But spiritual warnings don't lie. When someone consistently fails to rejoice in your achievements, that person is emanating envy, jealousy, and blocking energy. And you need to distance yourself from that energy now, because the more you allow these people to stay close to you, the more they contaminate your future achievements with doubts, insecurities, and fears. God wants you to be surrounded by people who applaud your light, not people who try to extinguish it. Third warning. You always give but never receive anything in return. Cancer, the third spiritual warning is very important, and you need to reflect deeply on it. You are an extremely generous sign. You give your time, your energy, your affection, your money, your attention. You are always available to help, to listen, to support, to be present. You sacrifice yourself for those you love without thinking twice. This is part of your beautiful and welcoming nature. But God is sending you a warning now. There are people in your life who only take but never give anything in return. These people know exactly when to look for you. They appear when they need something. They call you when they have problems. They knock on your door when they want to vent. And you, with your huge heart, always open your arms, always welcome, always help. But when you need it, when you are the one who needs a friendly shoulder, a word of comfort, help, these same people disappear. They make excuses. They say they are busy. They simply ignore your messages. And you are left there alone, realizing that the relationship has always been one-sided. This isn't true love. This isn't real friendship. This is a parasitic relationship where you are used and discarded whenever convenient. And the universe is showing you this now because it's time for you to value your own energy. You can't keep giving to those who give nothing in return. You can't continue being the inexhaustible source of love and support for people who treat you as an option. Divine forces want you to understand that reciprocity is sacred, that energy exchanges need to be balanced, that you deserve to receive as much as you give. And when that doesn't happen, it's because that person is blocking your light, preventing the right blessings from reaching you. Because while you waste your energy on those who don't deserve it, the right people can't enter your life. Reflect on this right now. If this message is touching your heart, I invite you to support this channel and become a subscriber. Your contribution helps to continue bringing these important spiritual messages to more and more people. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe now and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any messages from the universe. And comment below where you're watching from. I want to know where my enlightened Cancerians are who are ready to ward off those who block their light. Fourth warning. You feel judged instead of understood. The fourth spiritual warning that God is sending you, Cancer, is about judgment versus understanding. You are a sign that feels everything very deeply. Your emotions are intense, your reactions are authentic, your way of living is unique. And you need people around you who understand this, who accept you as you are, who don't try to change you or mold you according to their expectations. But there are people in your life who do exactly the opposite. Instead of understanding you, they constantly judge you. They criticize your choices. They question your decisions. They make you feel wrong for feeling what you feel, for acting the way you act, for being who you are. And this is a clear sign that these people are blocking your light. Because when someone constantly judges you, that person is projecting their own insecurities and frustrations onto you. They can't accept your choices because they can't even accept their own. They criticize your way of living because they are afraid to live their own life fully. They make you feel small because they themselves feel small inside. And you, with your heightened sensitivity, absorb all this judgment as if it were true. You begin to doubt yourself. You begin to question yourself. You begin to hide important parts of who you are just to avoid being judged again. And that is exactly what it means to block your light. Your light is your authenticity. Your light is your truth. Your light is you being fully yourself without fear and without shame. And when you extinguish that light to please people who only know how to judge, you are betraying your own soul. The universe doesn't want that for you. God didn't put this wonderful sensitivity in you for you to hide it from the world. Divine forces want you to shine exactly as you are, with all your emotions, with all your particularities, with all your Cancerian essence. And the right people for your life are those who look at you and see beauty where others see flaws. They are the ones who understand you instead of judging you. They are the ones who celebrate who you are instead of trying to transform you into who they want you to be. If you have someone in your life who constantly judges you, that's a clear warning from the universe. That person needs to leave your life, or at the very least, you need to set very firm boundaries with them. Fifth warning. Your dreams are ridiculed by this person. Cancerian, the fifth spiritual warning has to do with your dreams, your projects, your aspirations. You are a sign that dreams big. You have visions of what you want to create in your life. You have plans for growth, evolution, and important achievements. And when you share these dreams with certain people, their reaction is one of mockery, ridicule, and disbelief. They laugh at your dreams. They say you're being deluded. They point out 1,000 reasons why your plans won't work. They fill you with doubts and fears instead of filling you with hope and confidence. And this, my dear Cancerian, is one of the clearest signs that this person is blocking your divine light. Because your dreams are not random fantasies. Your dreams are messages from the universe showing the potential that exists within you. When you dream of something big, it's because the capacity to achieve it exists within you. God doesn't put dreams in your heart to torture you, but rather to guide you towards your greater purpose. And when someone ridicules your dreams, that person is trying to sever your connection with the divine. They are trying to keep you small, limited, trapped in the same mediocre reality that they accept for themselves. Because seeing you dream big is painful for those who have given up on their own dreams. Seeing you planning achievements bothers those who have resigned themselves to mediocrity. Seeing you believing in possibilities irritates those who only see impossibilities. And you need to understand that this irritation, this judgment, this ridicule has nothing to do with you or the validity of your dreams. It has everything to do with that person's internal frustration. But even knowing this, you cannot allow this toxic energy to remain close to you. Because every time someone ridicules your dreams, a small part of your confidence is eroded. Every negative comment plants a seed of doubt in your heart. And if you don't distance yourself from these people now, in a few years you will look back and realize that you gave up on your dreams not because they were impossible, but because you surrounded yourself with people who didn't believe in you. Don't let that happen. Your dreams are sacred. Your visions are divine. And the people who should be in your life are those who look at your dreams and say, "Let's make this happen together." Sixth warning. You feel guilty about things that are not your responsibility. The sixth spiritual warning the universe is sending you, Cancer, is about manipulative guilt. There are people in your life who have an incredible ability to make you feel guilty for things that are not your responsibility. They distort situations to make you look like the villain. They place the blame on you for problems they themselves created. They make you feel responsible for their happiness, their choices, their lives. And you, with your empathetic nature and protective heart, end up taking on all this guilt. You feel bad. You apologize. You try to fix things you didn't break. You carry burdens that aren't yours to carry. And this is destroying your energy, your peace, and your light. The divine is sending you this warning now because this dynamic needs to end immediately. You are not responsible for saving anyone. You are not responsible for anyone's happiness but your own. You don't need to carry the consequences of other people's bad choices. Every human being on this planet has free will and is responsible for their own life. And when someone tries to transfer that responsibility to you through emotional manipulation and guilt, that person is blocking your light in a very dangerous way. Because guilt that isn't yours prevents you from shining fully. It traps you in toxic cycles of trying to please those who will never be satisfied. It keeps you hostage to unhealthy dynamics where you will always be the one to blame, no matter what you do. And spiritual forces want to free you from that now. They want you to understand that setting boundaries is not a lack of love. That saying no to taking on blame that isn't yours isn't selfishness. That distancing yourself from those who manipulate you emotionally is actually an act of self-love and respect for your spiritual journey. You came into this world to evolve, to grow, to shine, not to be the emotional escape valve for people who refuse to work through their own problems. Identify right now who these people are who keep placing blame on you, and start returning that guilt to where it came from because it was never yours to begin with. Seventh warning. Your emotions are being used against you. Cancer, the seventh spiritual warning is particularly painful but extremely important. You are a deeply emotional sign. You feel everything intensely. You cry easily. You are moved by small gestures. You express your feelings genuinely and vulnerably. And that's beautiful. That's a gift. That's part of your divine light. But there are people who see this sensitivity of yours not as a gift, but as a weakness that can be exploited. These people observe what hurts you. They pay attention to what makes you insecure. They keep information about your vulnerabilities. And then, when they want to control you, manipulate you, or diminish you, they use exactly that information against you. They touch your wounds on purpose. They say the words they know will hurt you. They use your fears and insecurities as weapons to make you small and controllable. And you who shared these vulnerabilities with an open heart feel betrayed, violated, deeply hurt. And you are absolutely right to feel that way, because what these people are doing is one of the cruelest forms of blocking light that exists. They are taking exactly what makes you special, your emotional depth, and turning it into a source of shame and pain. The universe is showing you now that these people don't deserve access to your emotions. They don't deserve to know your vulnerabilities. They are not worthy of your emotional trust. And you need to distance yourself from them urgently, because as long as you keep these people around, you will never be able to fully express yourself. You will always be afraid to show what you feel. You will always censor your emotions so as not to give ammunition to be attacked later. And that's not life. That's not how the divine wants you to live. God gave you all this sensitivity so that you could experience life in vibrant colors, in maximum depth, in total intensity. And the right people for your life are those who look at your emotions with respect, with care, with reverence. They are the ones who protect your vulnerabilities instead of using them against you. They are the ones who celebrate your sensitivity instead of ridiculing it. 8th warning. You feel peace when that person isn't around. The 8th spiritual warning the universe is sending is perhaps the most revealing of all. Pay close attention to this sign because it never lies. When a certain person isn't around, you feel peace. You breathe a sigh of relief. You feel you can be yourself. You relax in a way you can't when they're present. And when you realize they're about to appear, your body tenses. Your anxiety increases. You mentally prepare yourself as if you were going into battle. This isn't normal. This isn't how you should feel around someone who should make you feel good. The right people bring lightness to your life. People aligned with your light make you feel comfortable, welcomed, safe. But people who block your energy do the exact opposite. Their presence is heavy. The atmosphere becomes tense when they arrive. And when they leave, it's as if you've taken off a heavy armor you've been carrying all along. This contrast is a very clear spiritual warning. Your body never lies. Your energy never lies. If you feel peace in someone's absence and tension in their presence, the universe is screaming at you that this person shouldn't be part of your life. It doesn't matter if it's a family member. It doesn't matter if it's someone you've known for years. It doesn't matter how many excuses your rational mind tries to find to justify keeping this person around. Your spiritual body is telling you the truth. And you need to hear this truth now, because peace is your natural state. Peace is how you should feel in the company of people who truly love you. And if someone takes away your peace just by being present, that person is blocking your light in a very serious way. Divine forces want you to live in harmony, in tranquility, in balance. And this is only possible when you remove from your life all the people who bring chaos, tension, and discomfort. Start paying attention to this sign now. Observe how you feel when each person leaves your presence. And let that feeling guide you in deciding who should stay and who should go. If this message resonates with your heart, I invite you again to support our work by becoming a subscriber to this channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do so now and turn on notifications. These spiritual messages are too important for you to miss. And comment below where you're watching from. I want to feel the energy of all the Cancerians who are awakening to the truth. 9th warning. You are always explaining and justifying your choices. Cancerian, the 9th spiritual warning has to do with a constant need for explanation. Do you notice that with certain people you are always having to explain your choices? Always having to justify your decisions? Always having to defend yourself against accusations that don't even make sense? You choose a path for your life and this person questions it. You make a thoughtful decision and they demand explanations. You do something that makes you happy and they want to know the detailed reasons. And you, wanting to avoid conflict and seeking approval, enter this game of constantly explaining yourself. You construct arguments. You justify every step. You try to make this person understand and accept your choices. But nothing is ever enough. Because the problem is not in your choices. The problem is in this person's need to control you. When someone is truly connected to their light and wants your good, that person trusts you. They believe you are capable of making your own decisions. They respect your free will and your inner wisdom. They may even give an opinion when you ask, but they will never demand that you justify every move in your life. People who block your light do the opposite. They need you to explain yourself because they want veto power over your life. They question everything because they want to make you doubt yourself. They demand justifications because they want to keep you small and controllable. And the universe is showing you now that you don't owe anyone an explanation about your life. Your choices are yours. Your decisions are yours. Your path is yours. And you don't need to convince anyone that you're doing the right thing. You just need to be sure in your own heart. And when you have that certainty, when you are aligned with your inner truth, the opinions of others become irrelevant. The divine wants you to understand that your life is not a democracy where everyone has the right to vote. Your life is a spiritual monarchy where you are the sole sovereign. And people who don't respect that need to be removed immediately. Stop explaining yourself. Stop justifying yourself. Stop seeking approval from those who have no spiritual authority over your journey. And watch how your life changes when you begin to honor your own choices without needing anyone's validation. 10th warning. Your boundaries are constantly disregarded. The 10th spiritual warning God is sending you, Cancer, is about boundary violations. You set a clear boundary. You say no to something. You express what doesn't do you good. You communicate your needs. And this person simply ignores all of that. They trample over your boundaries as if they didn't exist. They insist even after you've said no. They continue doing exactly what you ask them not to do. They act as if your needs don't matter. And when you complain, they accuse you of being difficult, of being annoying, of exaggerating. They reverse the situation, making you feel guilty for having set healthy boundaries in the first place. This is very serious manipulation. And it's a very clear sign that this person is blocking your divine light. Because boundaries are sacred. Boundaries are how you protect your energy, your peace, and your dignity. And when someone repeatedly disrespects your boundaries, that person is saying without words that they don't respect you, that they don't value you, that they believe their desires are more important than your well-being. Cancer, you need to understand something fundamental right now. You have every right to set any boundaries you need to set. You don't need complex reasons. You don't need elaborate justifications. If something doesn't make you feel good, you have the divine right to say no. And the people who truly love you will respect that, even if they don't fully understand, even if they don't agree, even if they don't like it. Because true love respects boundaries. Healthy connections honor needs. Balanced relationships value mutual well-being. But the people who block your light do the exact opposite. They trample on your boundaries. They ignore your requests. They act as if you don't have the right to say what is acceptable and what is not in your own life. And you can no longer accept that. The universe is giving you this warning now because it's time for you to start enforcing your boundaries with actions, not just words. If someone disrespects your boundary once, you firmly warn them. If they disrespect it twice, you establish a consequence. If they disrespect it 3 times, you distance yourself from that person permanently. Because your energy is too precious to be wasted on those who have no basic respect for you. 11th warning. You feel you need to be someone else to be accepted. Cancer, the 11th spiritual warning is profound and painful. Around certain people, you feel you need to be someone other than who you truly are. You hide parts of yourself. You censor your opinions. You disguise your feelings. You perform an edited and filtered version of who you are because you know that if you show your complete truth, you will be rejected, criticized, or ridiculed. And this is killing your light inside. Because there is no greater torment for the soul than having to pretend to be someone you are not. There is no worse prison than hiding your true essence for fear of not being accepted. And there is no more effective blockage of light than making someone believe they need to be someone else to deserve love. The universe is screaming at you now. You don't need to change who you are to be loved. You don't need to hide your light to make others feel comfortable. You don't need to diminish your essence to fit the limited expectations of people who don't even know you well. You are perfect exactly as you are. With all your intense emotions. With all your heightened sensitivity. With all your Cancerian depth. And the right people for your life will love you exactly as you are. Unedited. Unfiltered. Unmasked. But the people who block your light make you feel like you need to be different. They criticize your authenticity. They reject your unique qualities. They try to mold you according to the image they have in their heads of what you should be. And every time you give in to that pressure, every time you hide who you are to be accepted, you betray your own soul. You extinguish a little more of your divine light. You move a little further away from your true purpose. Spiritual forces want to free you from this prison now. They want you to understand that conditional acceptance is not true acceptance. That love that demands you be someone else is not real love. That relationships where you can't be authentic are toxic relationships that need to end. It's better to be alone and be yourself than to be surrounded by people and have to pretend to be someone else. It's better to have a few true friends who accept you completely than to have many people around who only like the false version of you. Start showing yourself as you really are. And observe who stays and who leaves. Because whoever leaves when you're being authentic is doing you a favor. They're making room for the right people to arrive. If these messages are transforming your perspective, I invite you once again to support this channel by becoming a subscriber. And subscribe now if you haven't already, activate the notification bell, and comment on where you're watching from. Your energy strengthens this spiritual work. 12th warning. Your growth bothers this person. The 12th and final spiritual warning that God is sending you, Cancer, is the most revealing and transformative of all. When you begin to grow, evolve, improve your life, and achieve your goals, you realize that certain people become bothered. They don't celebrate your evolution. They don't rejoice in your progress. On the contrary, they begin to make subtle comments trying to diminish you. They bring up your past mistakes. They doubt the sustainability of your achievements. They predict future failures. And in some cases, they even actively try to sabotage your growth. This is the clearest sign of all that this person is blocking your light. Because someone who truly loves you celebrates every step of your evolution. Someone connected to your divine light genuinely rejoices when you level up in life. Someone who wants your well-being hopes that you will fly ever higher. But the people who block your energy do the opposite. Your growth threatens them. Your evolution highlights their stagnation. Your achievements show that it is possible to leave your comfort zone and win. And this deeply bothers those who have settled into mediocrity. These people preferred you as you were before. Small, limited, stuck in the same difficulties as them. Because while you were at the same level, they felt comfortable. But now that you are growing, they feel threatened. And instead of using you as inspiration to grow as well, they try to pull you back down. The universe is showing you now that these people cannot remain in your life if you want to continue evolving. Because their blocking energy is like an anchor holding you in the same place. Every negative comment plants a doubt. Every prediction of failure creates fear. Every attempt at sabotage makes you question whether you truly deserve what you are achieving. And you do deserve it. You deserve all the good that is coming and all the best that is yet to come. Because you worked for it. Because you evolved spiritually. Because you are aligned with your divine light. And no one has the right to extinguish that light, no matter who they are, no matter how long they have been in your life, no matter what kind of relationship you have. The divine is calling you to higher levels now. And you can't get there carrying people who want to keep you down. You need to make a choice. Either you protect your light and distance yourself from those who block your energy, or you sacrifice your growth to keep toxic people comfortable. And I know which choice the universe wants you to make. I know which choice your soul is asking you to make. The time has come for you to fly. And those who can't fly with you need to stay behind. Dear Cancerian, we have reached the end of this powerful and transformative video. You have just received the 12 spiritual warnings that God is sending you to distance yourself from those who block your light. Every warning I shared here is real. Every sign I showed is true. And now you have two choices. You can ignore these warnings and continue allowing toxic people to drain your energy, block your blessings, and extinguish your light. Or you can honor what the universe is revealing to you and make the courageous decision to distance yourself from those who do not deserve to be near your divine energy. I know it's not easy. I know that some of these people may be family, longtime friends, people you love deeply. But you need to understand that loving someone doesn't mean accepting that this person destroys your peace, your energy, and your future. You can love from afar. You can wish them well without being present. You can honor the history you shared without sacrificing the future you deserve. The universe has prepared incredible things for you. Unimaginable blessings are waiting to enter your life. Wonderful people want to meet you and walk alongside you. Extraordinary opportunities are knocking on your door. But none of that can enter while you keep blocking people occupying space in your life. So I challenge you now. Look at your life honestly. Identify who are the people who fit these 12 warnings. And start creating distance. It doesn't have to be abrupt. It doesn't have to be dramatic. But it needs to be firm and definitive. Your light is too precious. Your energy is too sacred. Your future is too bright for you to continue allowing it to be blocked. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, do it now. Activate the notification bell to receive all the spiritual messages the universe has for you. And if these words touched your heart, consider supporting our work by becoming a channel subscriber. Every bit of support helps bring these transformative messages to more people who need to hear them. Now tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? And which of these 12 warnings resonated most strongly in your heart? I'm waiting for your answer. A hug full of light for you, beloved Cancerian. And always remember, your light cannot be extinguished by anyone unless you allow it. So don't allow it anymore.